Club. It's the Being Frank Show with Frank Angelo. On tonight's show, Frank's guests are from Resident Evil actress Alyson Court.
Alyson Court, who's a great actress, voice of Resident Evil. She's done a lot of voiceovers and also very pretty lady. She's not a, I'm not to offend the radio people, but she doesn't have a radio face. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I don't know, I'm gonna hate myself. What does that mean, Bryden, when you have a radio face?
You've got a face for radio? Is that what you mean?
Forget it.
Hands together for Alyson Court.
How are you? Thanks for coming out.
Thank you very much for having me.
No problem. What a crazy show, eh? Ed's in a bad mood tonight.
I'm not in a bad mood now. Finally, some break to this sausage party.
The night is young.
And so are we.
Wow, has that ever happened before? Has Ed ever actually just shut up before?
I'm staring at your cleavage.
Anyways,
That's happened before. Yeah.
so you're born and raised in Toronto?
Yes, sir. I was actually born in the same hospital that my mom was born in.
Wow. And which hospital is that?
Grace Hospital. It's no longer a public hospital. I think it's part of the Salvation Army now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so your claim to fame is you do a lot of voices.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I've gone now. Most people would probably know me as Lunette from The Big Comfy Couch.
What's you guys watch that show?
Absolutely.
So give me a line from that. Is it?
From that one?
Yes, please.
Well, there would be, hey, who made this big mess?
Awesome.
Which would be an iconic line. But thank you, I'm done.
You know what, Alyson?
Sorry?
You know what? I'll take you to a big comfy couch and you'll say that line after too.
See, because I was going to invite you to do the clock stretch with me.
Oh, yeah.
Can you guys knock it off, please? There's some tension.
About chemistry, you wouldn't know about that.
Yeah. You're right. She's got a huge chemistry for a sock with somebody's curtain as a jacket.
Don't be
she's
bitter,
like all
Frank.
Over. Where does your show air?
Big Comfy Couch is on in I don't know how many countries around the world. I toured throughout the United States and I've been to Australia to promote it. It's on everywhere. But it's on demand now here. Treehouse in Canada carried it.
But who started it in Canada? Was it a Canadian production?
Absolutely. It is completely Canadian.
CBC or?
No, it was one of the first shows done for YTV. When YTV started as a network, Treehouse didn't exist.
Wow.
So we were one of the first shows on YTV, and it was also produced by Owl TV. And then when Treehouse came along, we became a flagship show for Treehouse.
And how long ago was that?
Well, that was a while ago, Frank. It was a long time ago.
Okay,
I was 18 at the time.
Okay, so
Thank God.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Never mind.
I did 6 seasons, then I left the show, and then somebody else came on for the final season. That was it.
Let me ask you something. You're an actor or actress. Let me say actress,
I'm
right?
fine with it.
Good. So how do you, from wanting to get a role and you start doing voices, is that an easier way to get a job, or is it an easier way to get work?
I'm not sure that easy is the right word. First of all, one of the first jobs I ever had was actually doing a cartoon. I was the voice of an Ewok when I was 11 years old. So the Ewoks cartoon that Nelvana did, that's how I got in the door with Nelvana, and from then on, I was on pretty much every cartoon that they did. And then, of course, Beetlejuice. I was the voice of Lydia for Beetlejuice, which was a very popular Nelvana cartoon. Then X-Men, came after that. I was the voice of Jubilee. And it just became this happy oasis. I spent more of my childhood in a recording studio than at school. But it was great. I mean, the camaraderie and the teamwork and seeing and getting to know we have a lot of great Canadian talent. And the interesting thing with voice work is people don't know that. People all over the world don't realize that the best cartoons are made here.
So is it difficult when you're sitting in the studio with a script in front of you to get passionate about it because there's no scenes or nothing? Are you watching the actual animation on a
Not usually.
on a monitor?
No.
So you're just reading a script?
You're reading the script, but like all good scripts, if they're well written, which, if it's a good script, it's going to come to life.
And you have a director there when
Yeah.
you're reading it. So the director is telling you where you need to go or giving you some guidance.
That's right. But it works well. I mean, to answer your question in terms of why I went that way as opposed to going otherwise, I was doing Comfy Couch at the time, and I was really promoting that show a lot, traveling all over, and it was getting exhaustive, but balancing it with the ability to pop into a recording studio, say my lines in 15 minutes and get out. It was great. And then when I had a child, balancing being a single mom with, I wasn't always a single mom, but ended up a single mom. These things happen. Balancing being a parent with trying to make a living, voice work was a really wonderful opportunity for that.
So one last question before we go to break, because I'm curious.
Yes, sir.
I find, and don't get offended, I find some of these kids shows are patronizing to me, the way they write it, the characters and the way they talk, and I don't want to make mention of a purple guy I'd like to punch out that.
I did time with him.
Yeah. But it was a little, to me, it was a little condescending, because children are very bright, especially nowadays with everything that they have at their disposal, the internet, computers, and the 5 billion TV stations. The script on Comfy Couch, is it more like on the level of a child's intelligence rather than the goofy...
Well, two things I'd want to address with that. I'm not sure that having more technology at our disposal makes our kids brighter. That would be the first thing that I would say. And second of all, did you like Mr. Dress-Up?
Yes, I did, actually.
Okay.
I grew up with him.
The people who made Comfy Couch, I was on Mr. Dress-Up from the time I was 11.
I loved him. I thought he was great. He was my companion in the morning.
Absolutely. He was not condescending.
No, he was not. He was very real.
Yeah. That same mentality and heart, I would say, more than anything else, went into the making of the Big Comfy Couch.
Well, awesome. That's great. Well,
Can I show you my tickle trunk?
I've seen it.
Yeah, from there you can see it.
In saying that, we're going to take a short break. We've been talking to Alyson Court, great Canadian actor. Thank you very much for being here.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
So the song says it all, Full Circle. It's a song I wrote about a year and a half ago. Everything comes full circle. But before we go full circle, we're going to stop for a second. April the 10th,
Yes, sir.
there's the Easter Seals Telethon.
Yes.
Were you in the military? Because you always say yes, sir. I don't, I'm just kidding.
Scared to death of you, that's all, Frank.
Why do you say that? Anyways, Easter Seals, April the 10th, CBC.
Yes.
You're going to be one of the co-hosts there?
One of many hosts. Of course, Roger Abbott was one of the hosts, he and Don.
From the Air Force.
From the Air Force. And
Great,
Roger
great.
just passed away.
Sorry to hear that. So that's April the 10th.
Yes.
For a great cause. Easter Seals has always been a great
Absolutely.
charity for great people. And we'll watch out for you
Thank you.
on CBC.
Thank you very much.
Very lovely, lovely performance. I have the great Louis Janetta! dialogue between immigrants and their new home here in Canada. Chin Radio, president of Chin Radio, and a very good friend of mine. Can you please put your hands together for the great Lenny Lombardi? Another great show, ladies and gentlemen. It was amazing. I mean, where does the time go? It just went in a flash. Great conversation with Louis Janetta, Lenny Lombardi, the great, lovely actress and great voice. You have a great voice.
Thank you.
Alyson Court. So I want to wish you guys a very good night. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
About me, you son of a bitch.
I was going to get to there, you son of a bitch. I was almost there. You just screwed my train of thought.
Yeah, like I derailed that train. You were about to wrap up without saying
You want to make a
anything.
bet?
I know you are.
I was going to give you the big finish, but you screwed it up because you're a murderer. You're a murderer.
Me and Alyson, I'll give her a big finish.
And I was rudely interrupted. I was very happy that my buddy from many years, Ed the Sock, was back tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully in this brief time together, life is all made up of special moments. We were a special moment in your life here on the Being Frank Show. So until next week, God bless and have a good evening, and we'll see ya. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bing Frank Show would like to thank Arizona Beverages, D'Angelo Brands, Cheetah Power Surge, Pickle Barrel Restaurants, HMV, Tabanji Electronics Limited, Forget About It Supper Club, Mama D's Restaurant, FM Embroidery, A Celebrity Limousine, Kahuna Power Sports, MM Photography, the official photographer of the Being Frank Show, and Hilton Garden Inn, Toronto Downtown for providing guests of the Being Frank Show with first-class accommodations. Fans of the Being Frank Show can follow Frank on Twitter at FrankDangelo23. For tickets to the Being Frank Show, visit beingfrank.ca.